Good morning to you. I hope this finds you well and happy on this lovely sunny day. Yay! Anyway, it's the 9th of May. Can you believe we're in May? Wow. And President Trump got in January. Now we're in May. Anyway, welcome if you're new. Nice to have you. When I do readings, I don't really have much of a schedule. I used to try and put something out on a Monday, but then something happened and I just think I've got to read on it now, and then I'll just load it up. So I think, it's hard to wait for a certain video. So as much as I'd like to do a schedule, I'm sure you'd prefer to get it, when, the event happens. And also I was thinking about trying to sort of have a regular slot, but it's quite a big commitment for me with everything else I have going on. And then, if I can't commit to it, that's going to be more difficult. So I thought about it, and then I thought, nah, I like doing it this way. It's called hodgepodge. Now, right. So I've done some great videos, which you're going to see. And today, I am going to do the UK deal. Trade deal. My friend kindly just sent me the video, and as I was thinking about it, the notes, as I was thinking about it, I just shuffle the cards, okay, and I just see certain cards at a certain point. This is what I have so far. Okay, it could be the UK trade deal could be to do with either the power changing hands, if you know what I mean, or, saying goodbye to that, or it could be, and by the way, I talk in code, just so you know, this is YouTube, or it could be, overuse of power, and that's changed, okay? So there has been a change of power, and it could even be greed. Okay, it could be dominance. I'm just thinking of the card I got. Then I had the Justice card, which is about fairness and balance. So things are going to be more fair and much more balanced, okay? And it could be that whatever was before will now be so much better. I got rebuilding. And I also got that, I think, because I was thinking, aren't people starting to wonder why all of a sudden it was like we were heading for New World Order, and then all of a sudden things are getting so much brighter under President Trump. But aren't people questioning it? Aren't people wondering what on earth is going on? Because there's been a lot of changes, and it's like a massive, it's like, I don't know, like a massive emergency stop and then a U-turn. It's really strange. The two situations are such a contrast from where we were going to where we're going now. I'm just surprised people haven't noticed. So I did get that. I think people are surprised because I did have a tower of this. It's almost like we're not even going backwards. It's like new direction with the card that I got. 3 of Wands, I think it was. Yeah, it's a totally new direction. So it's not where we've been and it's not where we were. It's completely different. I had Judgment. This is a strategy for freedom, by the way. I had 80% rebuilding, and I'm wondering if they're laying the bricks, the foundation now, but we're only 80% through, and I wonder if the last 20 is quite different. So then I had the White Hats, Knight of Swords. I always think that's a white hat card, doing the best for us and leading us to the Sun card, which you just saw, which is amazing. Honestly, radiant blessings. So to me, it's got to get even better than that with the Sun card. I also had, they're either burying things at the moment, not telling us certain things, hidden things, or they're reflecting on when to tell us, okay? That's what I felt, because I keep thinking all the time, when are we going to know the truth? When are we going to find out the stuff that they're keeping and not telling the rest of the population. And everybody says, oh, but it would be hard for them. Don't you think it was hard for us when we found out the truth? Anyway, I'm just giving you the background of this reading. Okay, and then apparently in this video they were saying they did it on VE Day. What a great day to commemorate VE Day. Well, I'm going to ask about that. And also, when I read on UK Labour, I'm sure you can find that video somewhere. It was UK Labour had a snap election on American Independence Day, and then obviously the White Hats. What does that tell you? It's all done on purpose, wasn't it? And then I've said, and I'm going to keep saying this till I stop reading on this whole topic. If only we can see the truth. Are we only 80% through? Is that why? And I'll keep saying that until the end of when I finish reading on this topic, because as far as I'm concerned, to me, this movie hasn't had a conclusion until the rest of the world sees the truth. And I don't care how many people say we won't have an EBS and, oh, it's all going to be done in the newspapers. I just don't believe that. But, you know, I think if you don't tell the people, there's a chance it could all happen again. And also, why doesn't President Trump want to run again in 2028? So hopefully we're in a completely different place by then. So anyway, rambled enough. The UK trade deal. Was there a connection to them doing it on VE Day? Liberation Day, really, wasn't it? Thinking about it. Here we go. Oh, yes, we have a celebration. Maybe to tell you that things are being pulled back, perhaps. That we will never be withheld or withdrawn or restricted ever again. You know, like if you're under a WAR, and as I said, I speak in code. If you're under a WAR, you are restricted, and maybe it's to say there will be no more restrictions like a war. Well, we were in a war. I've just said the word. Damn. Hope my video doesn't get taken down. We were in one, weren't we? A spiritual one. Oh, of course. That makes so much sense. So, yeah, we will no longer ever be restricted in, looks like a WAR situation. I may cut that word because I said it. If I do, there'll be a blip, but I don't know if I can. Depends when I was shuffling. But I just don't know what words I can say on YouTube anymore. WAR. Interesting. Wow, we got a sun. Amazing. Radiant blessings. Happiness. It's a major card. I mean, this should go on and on and on and on to give us great happiness. This is a blessing card. It's amazing. It's a major card, which means it's very impactful. Could go on for years with this card because it's a major. And it's what's coming. So things are definitely going to get brighter and brighter. And it could literally be talking about the reason they did it was because of a WAR, VE Day, because this is about the truth, how brutal that was, and obviously a very painful experience. And to remember how sad, and that could be a mourning card, you know, to on reflection, mourning, but perhaps going forward, we have the sun, and could be as well that, you know, innocent people don't have to go through this anymore because this can be a card of innocence. So perhaps, you know, waving the red flag, you know, at the end of it, moving on, new chapter. Isn't that the white flag, not the red flag? But anyway, that's my interpretation of the reading. Look how difficult everything was, and people were wounded. Could be the wounds, reflecting on the wounds from the past, and maybe we won't have to go through that ever again. Because look, now I have an ending and I have a white hats. So that's pretty amazing. So that is why it was linked, the truth of VE Day. Perhaps there was, and this is going on a new path. So perhaps there was, on reflection, we needed to reflect and It feels like that was significant. I'll pull one of these cards. Why did they do it on VE Day? Let's see what I get. Soulmates. Soulmates are important people who teach you life lessons. Wow. Life lessons. So it's to reflect, isn't it? Here we are. It won't happen again. That's, you know, end of an era. Here we go. Abundance. Life's bewildering array of uncertainties. God, it's difficult to read. Doesn't require. Go with the flow, with what feels right. Abundance is the knowledge and security that comes with acceptance. This is that all of your needs are being met. Thank you, White Hats. How lovely is that? So there you go. I'm not going to put any more, but I've done that one. How lovely. Okay. The UK Labour Party. Yes, I've said that. It was done on American Independence Day. We know that. So let me quickly look at the trade deal. The interesting thing is our food, apparently as bad as our food is, was always better than American food, because we were always, we wouldn't have had red 40, is it called? Some kind of preservative or E number. We wouldn't even have that. But Americans do. I feel sorry for you. You've had it even worse than we have. So a lot of things in Europe we can't get that you can get. So they're slightly more strict over here. I mean, I know that President Trump's going to clean it all up now anyway, but it's interesting that perhaps in the shorter term, until manufacturing changes, perhaps, you know, at least you'll be getting some better imports maybe. I don't know. I think they are doing food. I'm sure they're doing food. But anyway, let me look at the UK trade deal. What does that mean for the UK and America? One card. Okay, it could be that now, although it's been difficult, it's like a new start from maybe how hard it's been. This is a change. American trade deal. What does it mean? Well, that's the card I had earlier when I was talking to you. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. I have to write it down. I won't remember. So that's the card I had for, you know, aren't the people realising that this is all new? This is a whole new way. Positivity. This is the environment and abundance and new interest. So feeling really passionate about the environment. This is a nurturing card. So they're going to, you know, not just cars. It's more nurture. Could be food, the environment, things that are better for you. You know, I'm not talking about cars when I'm saying that. So this could be just the beginning of that information. There could be more to come. This could be doing deals, trade deals. Because look, there's ships here. So he's thinking about, and the information, thinking about overseas. How fascinating is that? And this is going to work. This is going to be a really good foundation, probably for both countries, I would say. Well, it will be. Both countries, okay, coming together, collaborating and teamwork. It's a really good foundation, strong, solid foundation. And these cards are all lovely. So, okay, so this could be better food for now. I'm not saying you won't manufacture your own great food. You will, because I had that. But in the meantime, it could be that can be good health, good food. Maybe we're all going to be in unison together. And then it also is everything for the good. So it's business, it's good for business, it's prosperous, it's affluent. This is affluence. It feels like it's going to work really well for both countries. And this could be like just as well everywhere. I think everywhere is going to all be in unison anyway, to be honest. This is just what they're telling you, but in the end, we'll all be on balance together. So the truth is, in the end, the whole goal is prosperity. Everything's for the good. This could be great business, affluence. I mean, it feels like it's a fantastic arrangement for all. Right. Trade deal between America and the UK. Didn't President Trump... Oh no, this video is going to get longer now. I've thought of something else. Didn't President Trump say in order to do a trade deal, the UK have got to stop not allowing freedom of speech? I'll write that down now as well. I always think I'll just do a little video. So now, this is how, for the moment, President Trump can sort Labour out. I'm going to go for yellow because it's nice and sunny. What was the question? The trade deal. See, I've got the same card. Did I shuffle? Yeah. Abundance. Well, there you go. Abundance is prosperity anyway. Abundance. Good fortune. Fantastic. Amazing. Right, done that one. I want to move on now to these other questions. Freedom of speech. So does this mean with this new trade deal that President Trump is going to tell the UK to stop messing about? Yeah, basically, yes. They've been restricting us and holding us back. Is he going to have the power to tell Labour to stop and give the UK back their freedom? I just saw the justice card then as well. Oh, yes. So this is boundaries and restrictions. They've been restricting us. Okay? This is our government as well. They've been restricting us from communicating. Magician. So we couldn't take those chances and risks. Okay? And we couldn't be our unique selves. Okay? With this card. We couldn't tell the truth. We couldn't be honest. It's about being honest. We couldn't be honest. We were stifled. Okay, they put their foot down with the emperor. So let me see, that looks more like what's now. Let's look at the future. Well, the UK, yeah, well, there you go. I've got one card. It's good enough for me. Strength. So from hardship, kindness, compassion. But I think as well, what will happen is, doesn't mean you can just go out and start being horrible to other people and, you know, and bullying and stuff like that. I think it will be more like, just do the right thing, which is the way it should have always been in the first place. So this is coming back with strength through hardship and growing stronger, kind, compassionate. So yeah, we're going to completely have our freedom back from being stifled. So yeah, that's going to work out well for us because of that, because of their deal. They're just going to have to accept it. They're just going to have to accept it. It is what it is. Can you imagine? Can you imagine no longer being afraid to say something? Like living in fear, you can't say something. Isn't it terrible? Like we've literally been prisoners. People just can't see it. Some people can, but a lot of people can't. They don't realise. So what do I get for that? Proud. Amazing. Proud and strength. I mean, 2 major arcana as well. Be proud of who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. It's going to get way better. And we're going to have Liberation Day. Okay, so now I want to ask, because the thing is, there's still some really dodgy things going on. And I think what's going to happen, in my opinion, is the royal situation will then change. And then I think when there's security at that point, maybe then things will maybe collapse. They've got a to-do list, haven't they? And they're crossing off things they've got to do. But I think certain situations have to unfold first. Yep, they're waiting. There could be more sort of battles or... Well, actually, I think what it is there's going to be more surprises for the people, I think. But this won't happen till the end, okay? Like when they can. Because this is like uncomfortable and unknown and things that you didn't know and the path we were on. So when they can, that's when they're going to, I think, start to tell us certain things. That's what I think. See if that's correct. Oh, yes. Okay. It's still to come. So yeah, what I wanted to ask was, so I've done that one quickly. Nothing's ever quick with my videos. If only, yeah. So hang on, first one. Have people noticed that suddenly we were like New World Order, prison state, and all of a sudden things are getting so much better? Have people not realised? I cut the tech right on justice again. Have people not starting to realise something's up? Maybe that is their great awakening for them, slowly, but not everyone. A lot of people are still asleep. Okay, it's helping with that card. It's helping. It's moving people along quicker, like more sort of starting to see it, sort of the winds of change, perhaps. Okay, this is fantastic, this card, Hangman. So they're starting to become enlightened. Slowly, though, it takes time. Starting to see things from a different perspective. So starting to notice. So more to come. So maybe finally the sleepers will wake up. And maybe that's what they wanted. And then eventually, then that's maybe why they haven't pulled the plug yet. Okay. It's all could be people talking as well. People talking, to people sharing. This is a surprise. So yeah, people are quite surprised. And could be talking and thinking, what on earth's going on? Look at this card. Strategic. So they're like looking back and thinking, oh, this is a bit strange. Is there something going on? It's quite different from how it was, or it's going to be. Yeah, sort of backtracking, trying to understand what's going on. Why are they saying these things? Could be a bit of confusion. Okay. And this is that people start to feel like things are getting better with the King of Pentacles. More security, maybe starting to feel more secure. And this is a new beginning. Okay. I think this could actually also be as well people making deals. And I think when more people go, okay, more people will become, like it will become more sort of clearer for people, okay, that we are on a new path, a whole new beginning. But I also think as well, this could be people talking, so it could be both, that maybe were not really aware, and now it's becoming much clearer for them. Yeah. Yeah, I think people are struggling a little bit to kind of put the pieces together and understand why. But I think on the whole, it's seen as like, I think people starting to feel like, wow, maybe we are on a different path. So that's quite exciting. So it's working, but slowly for some. Okay, my final one is, and I will keep doing this till as I said, till I stop reading cards. Are we ever going to know with an EBS the real truth? So this is military. Could be they decide how and when this happens. Okay, I feel like they're in control. They're at the helm. They make their decisions. Could be military step out at some point. This is a major card. So I'll leave that one there. So are we ever going to get to the point where the other stuff, if they do it, they will do it in the kindest way possible. Maybe they're even trying to lay the foundation now so that it's not so difficult, because that is a strategy. Okay? So maybe it's like he's literally doing step by step. Maybe it's step by step. Will the people ever get to see what we see? Or no, I should say. Which one should I do? I always pick up the same pack. I'm going to go for this one. Okay. What was the question? Right. Okay. Will people ever get to see? Wow. This is knowledge and wisdom, and this is us. And it could be that we kind of got the knowledge first, because this could be like an old soul kind of card. So they're quite wise. And this is like we see it with the moon. The moon, we can see the path, and they're two major cards. So it's like some people are getting the knowledge, some people aren't. But we're on that path and we can see it. And it's not great because that path can be the unknown. It can be a bit eerie. But it needs to be shown in a way. And we can see that. But they can't see it. Look, it's got a blindfold on. These people are not noticing. Okay, so not everybody's seeing it. Okay, and two major cards. The Queen of Swords, the truth comes out. So eventually, the truth comes out. Now, is it also that the knowledge is going to come to the fore at some point? So are they trying to be wise as well? This could be actually two ways to look at this. Are they trying to be wise and they're waiting for enough people to go with the moon, and then the Queen of Swords, they tell the truth. The truth comes out. Now, the Fool could be spontaneous. Just happens when it should happen. Any given moment. Spontaneous. Taking a risk. But at the moment, I don't know why. That's health fell out. Excuse me. I think as well, they could be getting people to a point where they feel more at ease, they feel more comfortable, they feel more secure. And then when they feel that they can trust, perhaps then they're prepared to take that risk. Perhaps that's what it feels like. Because at the moment, look at this card. This is a card of safety and he's holding the world. So he's contemplating, but the world wants to keep the world safe. It's a contemplation card. This is all on the quiet. All on the quiet. Big gob Caroline, all on the quiet. So I kind of understand better now with that, why they're doing this, why they're being slow. Makes more sense to me. Right. It's not over. Clearly, it's not over. Wow. How many cards have I got? 2. Look at this. Consciousness. Awakens your consciousness. Unbelievable. Outdated personal stories, emotions and attachments holding you back from positive growth, self-realization, awakening awareness. So it's like, you know, I understand when people say it has to be done slowly, but I think you could have got a bit into, from 20 miles an hour, you could have got into could have just gone over the speed limit a little bit at 35. Okay, rebirth. Oh, I didn't even notice. That's incredible. Look at that. Can you see? Can't read it from here. Heart heavy issues. No way. Spiritual rebirthing. Wow. Oh my goodness, I'm going to leave it on that. There's nothing else I really need to say. But it feels like, I think I had the Queen of, what was the outcome? This could even be your EBS coming to the fore. Look, the wisdom of all that knowledge. But they are going to wait. I'm telling you now, more people have to go. Okay? Where was the card in the outcome? It was this card. I'm pretty sure it was this card. Truth comes out. So I'm sorry, I still think one day that'll happen, because I've just had consciousness and, I now have to look, sorry, consciousness and rebirth. There you go, consciousness. If you don't tell people, how do you get it in your conscience? How do you become, what was it on the card? Spiritual. Wait, sorry, I have to do so many things at the same time. How do you awaken your consciousness if you don't know? Okay, I have 2. Break. It's time to go on holiday. Live life. Break. Will there be a break at some point? Recharge. It's not selfish. Take time out. Look after yourself. Recharge. I'll leave that for you to decipher what that means. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a break and a restart. Actually, I'm going to do one more. I didn't pull one of these, I don't think. Maybe we're only 80% through. And so maybe we've got to wait. What's on the bottom? Peace. Looks like there's going to come a moment of quiet. It says, be calm and calm will come. That could be a quiet period. Virility, shake it up a little. So they're going to shake it up. That could be a tower coming. Shake it up a little. Endurance, hold on. You can do this. Hold on. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching my video and bye now.